Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Sister Moon Tarot. Thank you guys for being here. If you guys have already been here, thank you guys for coming again. It's just taken me a lot to do a reading, but I conjured up the energy and I'm here. I feel pretty balanced. It's been a very chaotic week for me. A lot of like family stuff going on and just a lot of energies, a lot of different things. So I love being able to show up and make it as much as I can. So I'm happy that I can be here. Okay, so I'm gonna start off with the crown chakra singing bowl here. So we had the full moon in Leo and then this Mercury retrograde energy, and it's just been intense to say the least. Okay, so let's see what's going on in the collective with the divine masculine, the twin flames. I'm going to start off with this sigil oracle deck, which I love. You guys, if you watch me, you know I love that deck. Just lighting some sage to clear that energy. There was a song that was in my mind that I wanted to sing when I got on here, and I can't remember it now. Okay, so let's see what the overall energy right now in the collective is. I think I'm going to do some bonus readings for February for the astrological signs, so stay tuned for that. Okay, this flew out. Look at this. We've got karma. Ooh. When I see this, I feel like things are balancing themselves out. We obviously think about karmic partner. We're talking about twin flames. The reason why they're called karmic partners is because they have, there's karma there that the masculine is sorting out, that the feminine is sorting out, and that the karmic partner is sorting out. So there is a purpose to every season under the sun. That Ecclesians, is that, I feel like I'm saying that wrong. I grew up Jewish. I didn't even grow up with the Bible, but I do know some Bible verses. Ephesians? Okay, sorry, I just totally butchered that. But I know the quote of there's a time for everything under the sun, a time. Anyways, so there's a time for when the karma is supposed to be being sorted out, and there's a time when, you know, it's supposed to be ending. And so let's see what it says about karma in the book here. What does this say? This is page, and it's weird because this one is like this, the word karma, which a lot of them aren't that transparent like that. And I want to see what tarot it translates to. Wheel of Fortune, change. Sagittarius energy, Saturn returns, shedding, burdens transmuted into weightlessness. Okay. There is so much I can do within my karmic lessons, and I will embrace them with patience. Although karma is inescapable, it is not a prison sentence. What are some of the ways in which we can make our burden lighter? What help can we ask for? What regimens will help us organize it? What mental and emotional practices will work best? When it comes to long-term bondage, meditation and yoga tend to be the most healing. I was actually thinking about that because I like trained in yoga and I have gone through phases of yoga, and I myself have not done yoga in a while, and I think that would be really beneficial for the collective right now. So I feel, you know, a lot of the feminines too have probably, you know, as I know for myself, have experienced a lot of karmic lessons through just karmic partners. We've been all doing these dances with these people who help chip away at our, or open up the doors of our consciousness. So every situation I feel like we're supposed to be using as a karmic lesson. And I think karma has this negative connotation, but the word in and of itself isn't negative. It just means like energy that needs to be sorted out, needs to be balanced. Okay, so it's not in and of itself a negative thing, karma, but a lot of us feel like we keep having the same kind of karmic partners come into our life, the same kind of situations. And I feel the masculine's going through that too. So let's see what's going on with the masculine here with the Light Seers Tarot. We've got the Empress reversed. These are actually all reversals, so I'm not going to take them reversed because, well, okay, we've got 3 upright. I just heard I was a fool because the Fool came up here reversed. Yeah, the masculine, you know, when the masculine got involved with the feminine, we have this 5 of Wands and the 3 of Cups. They were at a karmic, like, fork in the road here, okay? They had their karmic partner, they had karma that they had to resolve. The feminine had karma that she had to resolve. And it was like, all they could see with the feminine, I feel, was like passion and desire and like this way that the feminine lit them up, but they didn't feel romantic feelings for the feminine at first because that was part of the karmic contract. So we have Knight of Cups reversed, the Empress reversed, then we have the Fool reversed, but it's like they weren't ready to start a new beginning. They weren't ready to, the feminine represented at this fork in the road a new beginning, a new way of doing things, transformation for them, and they chose the safe route, right? We have 2 3s here, 3 of Pentacles reversed. They didn't see how they would even work in the physical world with the feminine now, okay? So this, what I'm getting from these cards is actually a lot of the backstory of what the masculine is starting to actually reflect on this. Wow. Like, when I feel the masculine has had a lot of time to think about this, okay? And what they're realizing is all the reasons why. I think the feminine seeks a lot of validation because a lot of times the masculine never admitted to having feelings, never made the feminine feel like she was important. This was all supposed to happen for both of them. For one, for the masculine to have the ego death that they're having now, where they realize they didn't know everything that they thought they knew. And so now they're kicking themselves in the ass because they have the illumination. It happened for the feminine, and it's still happening for the feminine. If you guys are still seeking validation because you're supposed to be learning that you never needed the outside validation from this masculine, you needed to give it to yourself. That was like what this whole point of this journey was about. And so, actually, I have these soul journey lessons here. So let's see what lessons come up here. So this was all the karma. This is this karmic story, okay? I want to get more tarot, but we've got peace and love. Wow, look at that. Beautiful. The lessons were, and patience. The lessons were actually to bring us to a more sense of peace. A lot of you guys feel like this situation was like a tower for you in your life and it disturbed your peace, but it was actually meant to bring you to get on this journey where you learn unconditional love for yourself and your masculine. You learn patience. You learn that you don't have to have control of the journey, okay? And that's also the lesson that the masculine's learning, because we're always mirroring each other's lessons. So if there's a lesson on your side, there can't not be a lesson on their side, okay? So this is what they're learning. And patience for them is like, they thought they were supposed to feel this immediate feeling to be with the feminine, like they would have known at that moment. And what they've realized is these things happen over time. You don't necessarily get the clarity until time passes by and you have more of the cues. I wanted to use this other tarot deck. I don't see it here. Okay, we've got time. Look at this. And patience. And endurance. Look at this. So, and I feel like they also didn't realize that the feminine's love. Oh my God, you know what I just heard? That's How Strong My Love Is. From Otis Redding. I love that song. I'll be the... Oh my God. Okay. So this is endurance and this is discipline. And so the best things in life take time. They take endurance. They take perseverance. Rome wasn't built in a day, okay? And I feel like the masculine chose what they thought would be like really easy at first, and now they're realizing like, no, like they actually missed out on the pot of gold because they thought, oh, it made more sense in the beginning to be with the karmic, and that's not the answer anymore to them. We've got Ace of Wands twice, 8 of Cups, and 3 of Cups again, and 9 of Wands. You know, the Ace of Wands showing up twice is that the masculine does want to reignite this passion. I feel like they also want to know, like, are you still thinking of me? Do you still desire me? A lot of the feminines have pulled away, and the masculines aren't getting that boost that they usually get from the feminine here. And then we've got 3 of Cups twice, and I feel like the feminine brought this like excitement to their life, this like feeling of like togetherness, and they didn't realize it at the time. They thought it was coming from them, and now that the feminine is gone, now that you're gone all the time, you know, we have 8 of Cups. Like now that they're really feeling the loss of the feminine, they realize that a lot of that joy and excitement and passion they felt was because of their feminine, and they don't have that anymore, and so they're craving that. And they don't really know which way to go anymore. They don't really know where they could get it. They don't really know how to reignite that part of them. They don't feel like they could go back to the feminine. They don't feel like they have it in their current relationship. And this is all part of the karma. And that's what I'm getting from this 9 of Wands. Like they're just kind of exhausted with their journey. They're weary. They don't know where to turn. They don't know. They know that their passion lies with the feminine, but there's also like this conflict here of like, they can't go back in time. We have 2 things about time and patience here. And so it's like, where do they go now? Where do I go now that I kind of shut the door on the thing that I want, and I was foolish with the Fool here. I didn't take a chance. I didn't see a promising journey with this feminine, but now they realize a lot of that was their own fear of like just not having the courage to start over in their life in general, okay? So, let's use this Mystical Shaman Oracle, and I'm going to use the Power of Surrender cards as well. Hold on one second, guys. Look what we got, magic. Do you believe in magic? And we've got the Mystical Shaman. Hold on one second, guys. Okay. So, let's see what the Mystical Shaman says. This is number 38 and number 33. The Mystical Shaman, this is the symbol of the myth maker and storyteller who is neither made or nor defined by the story. Instead, he observes it, evolves through it, perceives all aspects of it. In doing so, the Mystical Shaman represents the ability to dream a new story, a new myth into being. He dances between worlds, wearing the cloak of the world closely around his shoulders, and sings the world into being. When the Mystical Shaman appears, you're invited to consider the ability to live without attachment. You are called to create and dream your life, to act on inspiration, which is what the Ace of Wands is all about, and divine impulse without fixating on a known story of success or achievement. Can you impartially observe the stories you tell yourself and others? So this requires courage. This requires not having a well thought out plan that I feel like the masculine always relies on. And this requires believing in your vision beyond what you think is possible. So this is like, you know, this is really pushing the masculine to have this courage to step outside of what they think will happen or what they fear will happen, and just to take that leap of faith, which they didn't do in the past, and that's what led to this. So it's like, I feel like the feminine can be very dreamy. She could be very like, or she or he can believe in these like magical things. And the masculine is very like logical and practical, and they need like a well thought out path here. And I feel what they're actually being called to kind of take each other's energy. So the feminine has become more practical along the journey, and the masculine has realized that they need to be more open to that like dreamy kind of 5D world. Okay, so what does the masculine need to surrender here? Oh my God, see, the deck I was looking for is right there. Surrender unhealthy relationships, surrender procrastination. It's like the time is now, okay? Let go of relationships that don't serve you, including unavailable or toxic people. You deserve to be treasured by others and be surrounded by positive people. Now is the time to jump on a goal instead of putting it off. Taking action will attract success. That's exactly what I was just saying. A lot of us are facing right now letting go of unhealthy relationships, and this is letting go of that version of ourselves that thought that was okay, that didn't believe we deserve better. And so I've been doing this visualization that I created every day. I kind of did one that I recorded before. I can record it again, where I'm pulling away on a ship, and on the island that I'm saying goodbye to is all of my fears, my insecurities, my doubts, all the people that represent that version of myself. And as the boat pulls away, everything kind of fades except for like the last thing I see is myself, and I have to say goodbye to that version of myself. And once I do, it's like the world opens up, but we don't know what's on the other side of fear if we just stay in that fear, right? So this is energies of your connection. Getting off the ground and releasing. Look at this. They're both like flying energies. So it's like now is the time to release, to fly, to let ourselves soar above the ground, to like have that courage to take that leap of faith. Chance meetings. And it's like, I feel like the masculine needs to let go of this, like, well, this was my plan, this was what I was doing. And they have to accept that, like, there's a reason why they met the feminine. Like, this person who they want to deny obviously came into their world, ruffled their feathers, changed the course of their life, and there's nothing they could do about it. Like, they can resist that notion all they want, but the reality is that it happened. And it's like, tiny dancer, now she's in me, always with me. Tiny dancer in my head. There's no way to undo that. You met the feminine. Your paths crossed for a reason. You were supposed to have this chance meeting, okay? So what is the masculine feeling right now? Now she's in me, always with me. Tiny dancer. We've got Scorpio, death energy. We've got 8 of Swords. We've got Judgment. These are big, heavy energies. We are letting go of things that we thought were working out. We're letting go of the old narratives. We are opening ourselves up to new things. And it's scary because we question, when we open ourselves up to new things, can we handle it? Can we accept a new definition of ourselves? Everything we thought was true. And I feel too, you know, there's a lot of actual physical death going on in the world with the virus and everything like that. There's a lot of endings, like physical endings for people, and it's very sad for people who, you know someone that passed, or I can't even imagine. And I send my prayers to people, and I, lately I've been seeing people close to me and whatever. But the thing is that we have to understand everything's impermanence. Everything passes, and it's, instead of looking at it as like what we're looking at, what we're leaving behind, because in my meditation I do that, where I look at everything I'm leaving, but what are we opening ourselves up to? Even when we die, we're opening ourselves up to transcending into a new dimension, into a new reality. And so we've got to be willing to just allow this to happen, to surrender this, okay? And then we've got Judgment and 8 of Swords here. And I feel the masculine is really judging themselves for their limited thinking, for their like mental limitations, because they didn't know it. That we've got 9 of Wands again and High Priestess. I feel they're very scared of the feminine, because the feminine, it's like that person that knows you best, but you don't want to have a conversation with them because they're just like, they never let you hide, and it's like they, the feminine has this way of just like being able to see through them, and it's like really scary for them. They can't hide, they can't pretend to be any way, and they can't convince themselves that they're any other way, and they feel very vulnerable and very exposed here with this High Priestess. And then we've got Temperance. So there has to be a balance too. You know, the feminine can't be in this energy constantly of wanting to grill the masculine and tell them, you're not awakened and you should be like this. That is not a balanced energy coming from the feminine. So the feminine has to also learn to balance her energy, and that is what is going to bring the masculine forward. But if you're in this very intense energy, no one's going to want to be grilled. No one's going to want that energy coming towards them, okay? So let's get from the Hidden Truth Oracle, what does the masculine want to communicate to the feminine here? You came closer than anyone. That's what I was just saying. That's what I'm saying. They have such a wall up, and it's like the feminine got through it in a way no one else did. You and I were too young. I'm saying they have regrets about the beginning. You speak to me through music. Okay? So they're still connected through the music. It's like even when they want to turn the feminine's energy down, the radio comes on and comes through. Okay? All right, guys, so let me do a deeper truth. Let's do this. Of course, this part of the music stops. Let me just wait until it passes. Now she's in me, always with me. Oh, by the way, I'm wearing a Leave Philly Alone shirt because I used to live in Philly. Okay. I release anything that is blocking me from my ultimate happiness and alignment. I gladly and effortlessly release anything that's standing in the way between me and my dreams. I know that I'm worthy and deserving of these dreams, and I release any barriers or blockages to these dreams. I release any thoughts and beliefs and mental ideas or narratives that prevent me from getting to where I want to go. Nothing is stopping me. I am fully capable of getting everything I desire. I have nothing to be afraid of. My fears are not real. Fear is the only thing that I have to be afraid of. I am not afraid. I courageously step into my future. I don't need to know everything that's going to happen. I don't need to have all the answers. I just need to know that I have whatever it takes inside to conquer anything that comes my way. I chose this life. This is my divinely guided spiritual path, and I embrace this life that is mine, knowing it is mine and no one else's, and I get to live it to the fullest. I get to experience every sadness, every joy, every tear, every smile, every heartache, every beginning, every ending. It is all mine, and I embrace it, and I don't judge it. I just allow it to be, and I allow myself to have all of these amazing, beautiful life experiences. I am ready for joy, happiness, and to experience life to its fullest. And I bless my masculine and give them that gift too of courage, and encourage them energetically to know that they can take any steps that they wish to take, and they are not bound by their fear or by their judgment of themselves. They have the courage in them because I have the courage in me, and we are divine counterparts. And if I can do it, then they can do it. All right, guys, that's your reading. I hope it resonated. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.